Also, that spiritual insight, also the timing is very auspicious. Therefore, beginning of our Dharma class, please cultivate pure and great intention. Our intention must be very pure. Means studying Dharma and practicing Dharma is only purely for achieving Buddhahood, to benefit all sentient beings. That means intentions are pure, so the motivation is very pure. Also, if you are able to cultivate the pure intention for achieving Buddhahood, the intention is very pure and also very great intentions. As I have said many times, our action can be wholesome or unwholesome. It only depends on our motivation. With a pure and great motivation, all our action can be wholesome, very wholesome, can be great action. With negative intentions, only intention about benefiting yourself, engaging into prayer, chanting, recitation, meditation, the result cannot be very wholesome. The result cannot be very, we cannot have a great result. Therefore, in general, so when we do good action, regularly recitation, chanting, prayers, any kind of dharma action you're going to take, you must take with a pure and great motivation. And the pure and great motivation we need to maintain until end of your prayer or chanting, whatever you are engaging. At the end, make sure you don't forget doing the dedications. With the great motivation, we chant, taking refuge and generating bodhicitta. So when we chant, when we are going to chant verses for taking refuge to Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, we should not just go through the verbal chanting. We should not just go through the words. When we say, I take refuge to the Buddha, you need to reflect in two Buddhas. One, all the Buddhas who already achieved Buddhahood, you take them as your excellent, like a refuge. At the same time, you must have a strong intention or wishing you yourself, we ourselves, to be Buddha as all the Buddhas in the past, in the present. Also, when we chant the verses taking refuge into Dharma, first you need to reflect the actual Dharma, which is the path to cessation. Those are the actual Dharma. Not just reflect on the path and the path to cessation. You must have a strong motivation, inspiration to accomplish the path. Through the path that we can achieve the cessation, Buddhahood. So reflect on Dharma two. One is the actual Dharma. Second, wish to accomplish a path and the cessation within my mind. Third, when we say I take refuge to the Sangha, the full ordained, the Arhat, Arya, full ordained Arya. At the same time, you need to think this lifetime or in the next life, I wish to be Sangha, the full ordained Arya. Whether you will be male or female, so no matter, so wish to be Sangha in next lifetime. Second, when we chant, generating bodhicitta, simply first you take refuge to the Tibetan and visualize, or simply you can just imagine, you just believe all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas are in front of me, and think I will cultivate bodhicitta as they have generated bodhicitta, they have cultivated bodhicitta. Right? Okay, first, page number 4, refuge. I go for refuge and realization to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By my accumulations of practice of giving and so forth, may I become Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge and realization to the Buddha, the Dharma, and Sangha. By my accumulations of practice of giving and so forth, may I become Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge and realization through the Buddha, the Dharma, and Sangha. By my affiliations of practice of giving and so forth, may I become Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. Please take refuge to the Tibetan and wish to be Buddha to benefit all sentient beings through practice of bodhicitta and 6 perfections. So in order to practice bodhicitta, we need to cultivate, we need to generate the bodhicitta within our mind. Therefore, again, take refuge to the Mahayana Tibetan. The Buddha is no, there's no Mahayana or Hinayan Buddhas, just a Buddha, fully enlightened beings. The Dharma, the Mahayana path, the Sangha, who already on the path of the Mahayana. The Dharma also, the Mahayana path, which is realizing emptiness with the bodhicitta, bodhicitta with wisdom, which is realizing emptiness. Also the Sangha, who already abide the Mahayana path, particularly already about the Arya path. With the wish to free all being, I shall always go for refuge to the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha until I reach enlightenment. Inspired by wisdom and compassion, today in the Buddha's presence, I generate the man of awakening to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge the Tibetan. I confess the negativity individually. I rejoice in the virtues of all beings. I hold the precious Buddhahood in my heart. So all of us ourselves considered as a Mahayana practitioner. It is not just enough to say, not just enough to consider ourselves as a Mahayana practitioner. We need to practice the Mahayana path. Particularly, we have to practice the bodhicitta all the time, every moment. Since New Year, if we able to cultivate bodhicitta, like 2 times in the morning, afternoon, evening, and maintain the bodhicitta for 24 hours, within few months, we can be bodhisattva. So when we generate bodhicitta, it reminds us we follow Mahayana path, not just, traditionally I follow Mahayana path. I want to be Mahayana being. I want to be bodhisattva. Why do we want to bodhisattva? Because I want to be Buddha So what is our, achievement? So what is our purpose for becoming Buddha? Because I want to benefit all sentient beings. Why do we need to benefit? Why we need to, consider all sentient beings? Because whether I realize or not, in the reality, all sentient beings, whether Buddhist, non-Buddhist, whether Asian, European, American, African, even though being a simple animals. So I have connection as my brother and sister. We already used to have a connection as our dear father and mothers. Therefore, both based on this reason, so I want to benefit all sentient beings. I have to benefit all sentient beings. In order to benefit all sentient beings, we need to practice, we have to achieve Buddhahood. Buddhahood can be achieved, the fully enlightened state can be achieved. We will practice the two bodhicitta, which is conventional and alternate bodhicitta. Within these two, first we need to cultivate, we need to grow the conventional bodhicitta within our mind. Second, so we have to realize emptiness. The emptiness can be realized when we are able to achieve, when we are able to accomplish karma body, and spatial insight. Within these two, first we need to practice karma body, then second spatial insight. So today, so we're going to study about the karma body and spatial insight. So this class we start based on the bodhicitta, the guide to the Bodhisattva. I will just recite only uh, two verses. So when you look at the chapter number 1, benefit of the awakening mind. In general, so when we buy fruits or food for any products, we always check, what kind of good thing it has. So before we practice bodhicitta, we need to learn, what are the benefits I can have after I practice bodhicitta. There can be two important benefits. For the temporarily, when you practice bodhicitta, for the 24 hours, you are able to control any of the negative thoughts, right? Particularly when you practice the bodhicitta, you're able to control, you're able to minimize the anger and hatred. The anger and hatred can be towards yourself. Someday you are angry yourself. Someday you hate yourself. When you hate yourself, when you angry yourself, if it's a limited, there won't be no problem. But when you angry yourself, when you hate yourself, then the anger and hatred become more stronger. Right? There is gradually an effect within people who live in with you. Your husband, your wife, your children, your brother, your uncle, auntie. Then the anger will become trigger. All people living around you become very angry, right? Then that the family anger also become trigger to make your neighbor very angry. Then slowly the anger will spread all around where you live in. Therefore, if you practice bodhicitta, we have to practice bodhicitta because we are not just saying I'm Mahayan practitioner. We are not just traditionally saying I follow Mahayan path. In your heart, you really believe, I practice Mahayan path, I follow Mahayan path, Mahayan teaching, right? Then the long term, the we can have benefit through practice of bodhicitta is becoming fully enlightened beings. Imagine within this lifetime, if we become Buddha, right? That means we will be totally free from the physical problems, physical sufferings, environment problems, particularly the emotional sufferings. The physical sufferings, when we have the physical suffering, of course, everybody has a certain, physical problems. Somebody has a headache, somebody knee problem, hip problems, lung problems. Everybody has certain physical problems, right? Still, be able to manage the physical problem. You take a medicine, you do, exercise, you go for massage, you take healthy food and drink. Somehow be able to manage the physical problem. When it's come to the emotional problems, we should think, for me, I am very, very lucky. You must really need to remember you are always being a lucky person. Among us, none of us has gone through the depression, anxiety. When you meet a person who has anxiety, depression, you cannot imagine what kind of life he or she has. You must consider you are a very lucky person. You haven't gone through the emotional problems, emotional sufferings. So imagine, within this lifetime, when you become a Buddha through practice of bodhicitta, how much kind of pleasant feeling you can have. So since you become a Buddha, you always be, full of happiness. Happiness. So after you become Buddha, when you, try to free, all sentient beings suffering, when you try to free one single person or single being from suffering, in their heart is full of happiness, full of, like joyness. Within the happiness mind, the Buddha and the Bodhisattva was really helping suffering beings. Then second chapter, you can say disclosure of the wrongdoing. Bodhicitta can be grow, can be generated within ourselves after we, like a control, after we manage the wrongdoing. We have done a lot of wrongdoing in the past, so we have been doing wrongdoing doings. So we have to do certain kind of purification, purify the negative karmas, negative energies. It's exactly right. For example, when you wish to decorate a nice object in your house, right? You want to hang up, beautiful painting. You want to decorate with a beautiful object. If your house is very messy, with a lot of trash, not so clean, then no matter how much decoration you can decorate, you cannot see the beautiness. So we have to, eliminate or control negative actions. Why it is so important to minimize the negative actions? For example, everybody have an experience. We try to be positive. Always try to be positive. We try to look in a positive side. Then what we can be positive for short time. Suddenly we become quite negative because the negative actions are so powerful. It really producing lots of negative energies. The more you reduce negative action, you can reduce the negative energies. When we able to reduce the negative energy, then the positive energy automatically, arise. Then number 3, full acceptance of a beginning mind. You know the benefit of bodhicitta, so you somehow certain amounts of negative action you reduce. The third, you need to accept. That means you need to say, since today I will practice bodhicitta. Then conscientiousness. So after you fully accepted the bodhicitta, then you have to be all the time. You have to be alert. Alertness is very important. Alertness, then the conscientiousness, then the patience. In order to practice bodhicitta, in order to maintain the practice of bodhicitta, the patience is very important. Be patient. Even though when we do this, simple activities, you wish to make a, delicious, like a pancake. With the passion, when you make a pancake, when you cook a food, the food has a, good taste. Without patience, when you try to make a good food, you cannot. The patience is very, very important. Again, if we're able to practice patience, we can control anger and hatred. Practicing patience is the only one antidote, particularly able to control your anger and hatred. Then enthusiasm, meditation, wisdom, dedication. Right? So we will start the chapter 7. Just I will read only a few lines. So the wisdom chapter, the wisdom. So this will be after 1, 2, 1. So 1, 2, 1. Okay. One to one, this is not the root text. Asian. Yeah, I know this has some confusion in this text. Okay, I just read the Tibetan one is better. Sherab Gilyu. Yela dida thamchene tubi sherab tundu sung dihi chena dongal jivar tubi sherab ye. All the teaching taught by Buddha is mainly for realizing emptiness, is mainly for able to grow the wisdom. Therefore, if you wish to reduce all your suffering, you need to generate the wisdom. So wisdom is very important. And wisdom, there can be, many types. It's talking about the wisdom, which is realizing emptiness. Now you can open the middle meditation stage. Okay, I hope you remember bodhicitta is of 2 types, conventional and ultimate bodhicitta, right? Now you go next paragraph. After generating the conventional awakening mind of bodhicitta, in order to cultivate the ultimate awakening mind of bodhicitta. The ultimate bodhicitta is transcendental and free from all illiberation. It is extremely clear, the object of ultimate, stainless, unwavering, like a butter lamp, undisturbed by the wind. So please remember the steps, right? Equanimity, then loving kindness, then great compassion. Also, you need to remember how you practice, how to practice equanimity, how to practice loving kindness, great compassion, and bodhicitta. So somehow within this lifetime, within the next few years, so we have to cultivate conventional bodhicitta. So we are very close to the New Year's. I'm really urging all of you from my heart. We should not follow Dharma as a culture, as a traditional. Should not. If we follow Dharma as a traditional, as a culture, then we cannot be bodhisattvas. So, seriously, you must think, somehow I want to be bodhisattva. Therefore, I practice great compassion. Practicing great compassion also not just enough to understand great compassion. Right? For example, when the doctor gave you very important, expensive medicine, the doctor says this medicine is very important, very expensive. There's only a few pills on in the world. Then you understand that medicine is very expensive, very important. You got the understanding of the medicine. If you don't eat the medicine, what's the point? You just understand the medicine is very important. But therefore, all of you, not just enough to be, have the understanding of the Dharma, understanding of that. You really need to experience the great compassion, particularly, the pure compassion. The great compassion can be achieved if you are able to practice the pure loving kindness. The pure loving kindness can be cultivated, can be generated if you practice the equanimities. Remember equanimities. Until now, whether you are Buddhist or non-Buddhist, whether you are follow the Mahayana or Hinayana, whatever, all minds always fall into two extremes. Strong attachment towards our relatives or friends and dear, always strong attachment. Either we fall into the extreme of hatred and anger. When you see your enemy, when you see your dislike person, dislike group of people, you generate anger. Then our minds always fall into two extreme. Extreme of attachment, extreme of anger. So we need to make a balance. No attachment, neither hatred and anger. So if you have a strong attachment towards objects, any objects, when the object is lost, when you lost the object, next few months you won't be very upset. You feel, you won't be very unhappy. You have a strong attachment towards, person, your relatives or your friends or your husband, your wife. Then when you lose it, when you lose them, any of them, the next few months, few years, you feel very upset. Everything caused by attachment. Therefore, equanimity, loving kindness, great compassion, conventional bodhicitta. After you have the conventional bodhicitta, then you need to generate the ultimate bodhicitta. Ultimate is referred to the emptiness. Bodhicitta is a mind, the mind which is able to realize emptiness, and we name ultimate bodhicitta. This is achieved through the constant and respectfully familiarity with the yoga of karma body meditation and spiritual insight over a long period of time. I was very clearly saying, if you really wish to cultivate ultimate bodhicitta, first step, you need to practice karma body meditation. Second, the spiritual insight. A quotation from the sutra, O Mitriya, you know that all the virtues dharma of healer, bodhisattvas or tathagatas, whether worldly or transcendental, are the fruits of karma body meditation and spiritual insight. So now you can see, how the karma body and spiritual insight are very important, how important they are. Healers, the person who practices the Hinayan path. Bodhisattva, the person who practices the Mahayan path. Or Tathagata, the fully enlightened beings. Whether worldly or transcendental are fruit of karma body meditation and spiritual insight. Since all kinds of concentration can be included in this two, all yogis must at all times seek karma body meditation and spiritual insight. Right now you can see, so last many years, many years, we talk about becoming Buddha. We talk about eliminating negative karma, eliminating negative thought. Particularly, we have been talking about many years of getting rid of the root of the suffering, which is ignorance. We just verbally talk. We really not able to control our whether negative thoughts, negative actions, ignorance, because we never put enough effort for practicing karma body and spiritual insight. Now here, what we have to realize, so many of many Rinpoches or teacher or Geshe or Lamas or Sipu, they say, oh, do prostration, do chanting, do recitation, receive this initiation, go this, that, give you lots of, lots of kind of advice, which is very good. But we have to realize reciting, like a mantra, chanting, chant many chantings, doing prostration, offering flower in mandala. Those are the just kind of, kind of way of religious person life, way of life of the religious person. There's a not actual pure dharma. You can see it very clearly, right? Now up to you. You just follow the religious way of life. That you woke up early morning, do 3 times prostration, you recite, a few mantra, offer light, offer a candle, then stop, go your daily walk, come back, you do another, recitation, or you want to go further, like a more deeper practice of dharma. It's up to us. We have to be, really the realistic Buddhist. Here I say very clearly, generate conventional bodhicitta. First, you have to reach there. Second, ultimate bodhicitta. Ultimate bodhicitta means we have to realize emptiness. Emptiness can be realized when we practice karma body. Then spiritual insight. Without achieve the karma body, you can say the totally mindfulness, we cannot realize emptiness. For example, it's simple. I give you simple, example, simple analogy. For example, when I show this picture of Manjushira, Avalokiteshvara, 4 arms Avalokiteshvara, I ask, please everybody watch it, watch this, the image from the, the Unisha all the way to throne. Everybody be able to concentrate for a short time. So when you concentrate on the Unisha top of the Buddha, head top of the Buddha statue, you are too hurried to look, the face. While you are looking the face, you are very hurried to look, the throne things. So you cannot fully concentrate on one area. If you're not able to concentrate, pass by pass, we cannot have a complete picture of the Buddha in our mind, right? Because your mind is moving everywhere. Therefore, we cannot have a very complete picture of the Buddha because we don't have a concentration. The concentration is a very short time. Likewise, let's say from the Heart Sutra, that form is emptiness. When you hear the sentence, form is emptiness, you are hearing the sound. You cannot hear emptiness. You are hearing the sound, form, like 5 aggregates, whatever. Form is emptiness. When you hear the words, the sound, then you need to think about which one is form, then how the form is empty. Think again, before you say emptiness is a form. When you really little bit, when you really understood little bit about form is emptiness, the second you listen the words, second you read the second line, emptiness is form. Right? Then you just stay there, think about how emptiness can be formed. When you are in a good, when you have a good concentration, then slowly you understand emptiness. Otherwise, when you try to understand emptiness, you are really studying on emptiness. Suddenly your mind is thinking about chanting, right? Chanting. I'm not saying chanting is no good. At that moment, when your mind is thinking chanting, you need to stop chanting. To stop chanting, come back and study emptiness. So while you are studying emptiness, suddenly you remember your prostration. Those also generally positive mind, but it's become obstacle for realizing emptiness. So when you study emptiness, you purely, fully study emptiness. Any thoughts come, you need to stop them. Focus. Therefore, realizing emptiness is very much depend on, karma body or concentration. The next quotation you can say why it is so important. Karma body explanation. The Buddha has said, it must be known that the teaching of the various step of the concentration sought by his hearers, bodhisattvas, and tathagata are all contained in the karma body meditation and spiritual insight. That means all the kind of good qualities, according to Buddha teaching, any kinds of good qualities is very much depend on practicing karma body meditation and spiritual insight. Now that why we need to practice, these two together, why we need to practice karma body plus spiritual insight. Yogis cannot eliminate mental operation merely by familiarizing themselves with the karma body meditation alone. Right? Therefore, the mental operations must be eliminated through practice of spiritual insight. Yogi cannot eliminate mental operation merely by familiarizing themselves with the karma body meditation alone. It will alone. Again, many people, many Buddhist people always talk about meditation, just mindfulness. Always, practice mindfulness. They never think, about the mindfulness. I need to practice, especially inside. It will only suppress the disturbing emotion and the delusion temporarily. If you only practice mindfulness, if you only practice, karma body, for the short time, the negative thoughts, delusion can be controlled, under control. When you stop meditation, mindfulness, then the disturbing emotion, arise again. It will only suppress disturbing emotions and the delusion temporarily. Without the light of wisdom, the latent potential of the disturbing emotion cannot be thoroughly destroyed. And therefore, their complete destruction will not be possible. For this reason, the quotation, concentration can suppress the disturbing emotion properly, and the wisdom can thoroughly destroy the latent potentials. So we have to practice both, right? We have to practice both, which are karma body and spatial insight. Without spatial insight, if you practice karma body, only karma body, it looks like you are taking the sleeping pills, right? When you are so angry, when you're so upset, so you are not happy at all. These days, many people, what they do, they take sleeping pills. Also, they take alcohol, right? When they drink alcohol, take strong sleeping pills, maybe a few hours, you feel happy. The alcohol, the sleeping pill, little bit suppress your disturbing thoughts. After a few hours, then the negative thought restart, refunction. We should not only practice, karma body or concentration, the concentration with the spatial insight. The spatial insight with the karma body. We must practice both together. Therefore, the reason why we need to practice both. Now there's another quotation. Even if you meditate with a single pointed concentration, you will not destroy the misconception of self, and your disturbing emotion will disturb you again. This is like Buddha's single pointed meditations. When the self-sufficient phenomena is examined physically, meditation performed on the basis of the analysis that is cause for resultant liberation, not other cause can be bring peace. Right? So simply what you need to remember, if I only practice concentration, your mind fully concentrate on any chosen object. For that time, that period of time, all the negative thoughts, anger, hatred, jealousy, everything, surprise. When you awake from the meditation state, at the same time, all the negative thoughts, awake, arise again. Right? Therefore, in order to fully eliminate the negative thoughts, the disturbing emotion, we need to practice spatial insight. So here, what does mean, you have been having spatial insight. You can say, like Vipassana and Shamatha. Shamatha is karma body. Vipassana is a spatial insight. First, we have to study how to focus on the chosen object. That we need to learn how to focus on the chosen object. For example, I teach you impermanence. And slowly I introduce you, meditate on the death, your own death. Right? Then you are able to focus on the chosen object, which is impermanence. You meditate on permanence when your mind is fully absorbed on the impermanence. Just concentrate on the impermanence. You're not doing any analytical meditation. You're not analyzing anything. Just focus on the impermanence. Like you are just observing a person, just looking at a person. You're not analyzing about the person. That means like a karma body, like just focusfully looking at a person. It's like a karma body. Then what does mean spatial insight? Like a vipassana. Right? When you practice vipassana, the mind has two functions. One, the mind is focusing on the chosen object, a person. You are fully looking at the person. At the same time, without losing the focus. At the same time, then you are analyzing about the person. Without losing focus on the person, at the same time, when you do analytical meditation, when you analyze the person slowly, gradually, then you will understand the reality of the person. Likewise, I ask all of you, just focus on a rose flower. Yes, everybody has the image in the flower. You just look at the rose flower, only one piece, not two, three. Just focus on the rose flower. Okay. Then some of you have a very, the blurred image of the flower. Sometimes you can see one flower become two, two become three, three become four. Your mind is really moving. Still, you put effort how to have one single rose flower. That, please visualize, please focus on one single rose flower. How long you can focus on it? How long? Try. Maybe only 1 minute. Okay, now I can just assume everybody able to fully focus on the rose flower. In your mind, then you feel, wow, the flower is so fresh, so beautiful, it's so nice. Right? So beautiful, so nice. Mean while you are focusing on the flower, you are generating attachment, right? Because you believe the flower is so beautiful, is so nice. In a way, conventionally, you can say it's nice, it's beautiful. I'm not saying you should not say it's beautiful, but generating attachment is no good. Now, within the focus on, your mind is fully focused on the flower, then you ask question, where's the beautiful of the flower? Where's the beauty of the flower? Is from the stem? Where's the beautiness of the flower? Is on the stem? Is on the leaf? Is on the piece of the pattern? Where's the beautiness of the flower? Analyze. Right? After you analyze for short time about the flower, you cannot find there such as the beautiness. Now you go more deeper. What is this? This is a flower. How the flower is exist? It exists independently or dependently. Right? Independently or dependently. Most time for us, when we see the flower is beautiful for us, very independent, independent flowers. When we think, oh, the person is so nice, so beautiful, the person is look very independent. After we analyze the flower for like 10, 15 minutes without losing the focus on it, then you can find there's no such as I can say the flower is so beautiful, the beautiness, the ugliness, the color, the shape, everything exists merely designation. Then your mind, becoming your mind is more closer to close emptiness. Here what I'm trying to explain to you, in order to realize emptiness, we need to achieve spatial insight. What does mean spatial insight? Mean without losing your focus on a chosen object, any chosen object, without losing the focus on a chosen object, without losing the focus on the object, you need to analyze. You need to analyze. First, gross level, then subtle, more subtle. Finally, you're able to see the flower is look like total illusion. Is there. The flower is there. The person is there. But those are not there as perceived to me. I perceive the flowers like an independent flower, independent, person, independent fruits. Nothing can be independent. Clear? Independent. Everything, include Buddha and Bodhisattva, everything, all phenomena, the nature is empty of independent, empty of inherent existence. Nothing can be exist independently, inherently. So how, after we realize emptiness, how we can really, we're going to control our negative thoughts? Yes, when we realize emptiness, there's no any basis you can attach on it. There's no any basis you can anger, you can generate anger towards them, like your enemy. So we generally generate anger towards where our enemy. The enemy, the person you consider your enemy, the person is totally empty of it. There's nothing independent enemy. There's nothing, kind of independent kind of beautiness. There's not independent ugliness. Therefore, realizing emptiness is very important because you are able to control all the negative thoughts. Emptiness can be realized when we achieve the, spatial insight. Spatial means focus, mindfulness. Within the mindfulness, you are analyzing. Therefore, it's very spatial. But Tibetan word we say, ji ne, mean calm, then abide. So, what does mean ji mean? This moment, your mind is everywhere. Within a short moment, your mind can have a lot of activities. You need to reduce all the activities in your mind. Your mind have only one activity, which is the focus on the chosen object, ji, calm. Then abide. Not just, reduce all the activities. Your mind must be remind on the chosen object continuously. Ne, jine. Therefore, calm and abide. The second one, spatial insight. That's what spatial insight becomes special from the karma body, because karma body is just the mind is focusing on the chosen object, not It doesn't do any kind of analyze. Therefore, this point is mainly saying we need to practice both. What are they? What are the both? Karma body and special insight. If we only practice, karma body, shamatha, then what happened? If we only practice karma body, shamatha, for a while, for temporarily, we can suppress our negative thoughts. We can, just suppress. We can control for a short time, like, taking alcohol, taking sleeping pills. After a while, then the negative thoughts, reactive, come again. Therefore, plus karma body, we need to practice special insight, right? So why special insight very important? Through practice of special insight, for us very easy to understand emptiness, selflessness. When we realize emptiness of flower, no more attachment towards flower. When we realize emptiness of the being or person, no more attachment towards a person. When we realize emptiness of person, no anger, no hatred, no ego, then your mind totally becomes very peace. Right? And this moment, all over the world, for example, when I was in US, everybody talk about, like world peace and peace. Peace. Which is very good, everybody talks about, like peace and harmonies. If you really wish to have a peace in Singapore, all parts of Singapore wish to have a very peaceful Singapore. The trees, the flower, those are not the beings, not the things which make us unhappy. Right? The flower look at it, it's interesting. The flower naturally grow. The trees are growing. It's so nice. So when we talk about peace, what's the opposite of peace? Destruction. Who disturb the country? We. There's not one person who makes, totally destruction in Singapore. Therefore, individually, we have like a 6 million, people who live in Singapore. 6 million people have a responsibility for peace. For example, I talk about peace and harmony in my family. In TPC, let's say I stay with 3 or 4, 5 people. I talk about peace and harmonies. In order to, have a peace and harmonies, first I have to be peace, right? The husband say, oh, our family have to be very peaceful. We need a lot of peace. But a husband always angry or arguing and fighting. We all know say how the husband can give a peace in the family. Likewise, wife, children. Therefore, peace must start within ourselves. If you are at peace, then you are, the people who live around you, they are not really peaceful, but still you can manage to have a peace. Therefore, now you can see the destruction things is mainly distract from the negative thoughts. Negative thought arise because of ignorance. We have ignorance because we don't understand the truth and reality at all. So through special insight, we are able to understand the truth, the reality of all phenomena. Right? Therefore, he's saying we have to practice both. Yeah, next we could just go to the next paragraph. Also, Bodhisattvas section says, though who haven't heard this Varas teaching of Bodhisattvas collection and have also not heard the implemented or teaching of monastic discipline, who think that single-pointed concentration alone is enough, will fall into the pride of arrogance. Due to pride, as such as they cannot gain the complete release from the rebirth, old age, sickness and death, misery, lamentation, suffering, mental unhappiness, and disturbance. Neither do they gain complete liberation from the cycle system, cycle of six state of existence, nor from the heap of suffering, mental and physical aggregates. Keeping this in mind, the Tathagata has said that hearing the teaching will help you gain liberation from old age and death. Right? Therefore, if you believe, the first, the basic thing we really need to, not just say, you really need to believe, you really have to be, witness yourself. You really have to believe. Only recitation, chanting, prayers, no matter how long, how much you do daily your prayer or chanting recitation, it cannot eliminate all the sufferings. It is not enough. Right? Particularly, even though the single-pointed concentration alone is enough, is wrong. We'll fall into pride of arrogance. Yes, we all actually fall into arrogance. We think, I'm good Buddhist, right? I'm good Buddhist because I do every day recitation. I'm good Buddhist because every month or every week I visit temple. I'm good Buddhist because I do everyday prostration. Actually, you have a sense of pride to be Buddhist. Actually, those are not the actual Buddhist practice. So fall into pride of arrogance. Due to pride, as such as they cannot gain complete release from the rebirth, old age, sickness, death, misery, lamentation, suffering, the mental unhappiness and disturbance. Neither do they gain the complete liberation from the cyclic of six state of existence, nor from the heap of suffering, mental and physical aggregate. Keeping this in mind, the Tathagata has said that hearing the teaching will help you to gain the liberation from old age and death. What teaching? Teaching of practicing unanimally Kama body and special insight. Should not practice only Kama body, should not practice only the spiritual insight. We have to practice both equally or together. For this reason, those who wish to attend the thoroughly purified transcendental wisdom by the eliminating all obscuration should meditate on wisdom while remaining in Kama body meditation. Right? Meditation. Simply you must think, until now, whatever I engage into, dharma practice, those are not really enough. You must say, not really enough. I have to do more practice. What practice? Practice of bodhicitta. Two types of bodhicitta. What are they? Conventional and ultimate. How you can practice conventional bodhicitta? There are few steps. You need to, follow the step. First, step one. Step number one, equanimity. Step number two, loving kindness or pure love. Step number four, great compassion. First compassion, slowly the compassion turns into great compassion. That's step number fifth. Then bodhicitta. You can say enthusiasm or bodhicitta. So when you have a bodhicitta, then next step, what? We need to practice ultimate bodhicitta. So ultimate is the object, which is emptiness. Right? Emptiness is the object. Ultimate means emptiness, refer to emptiness. You have to practice the wisdom which realize emptiness. How do we can realize emptiness? through practice of karma body and special insight. Just two. Within these two, first I need to achieve karma body. Karma body, that concept of the single pointed meditation. If we only practice the single pointed meditation, I cannot be free from the negative thoughts. For the time being, I can suppress, I can control. And after I work up meditation, things arise again. Plus, karma body, I need to practice, especially inside. Clear? Then how I can practice, especially inside? What does mean? Then remember the analogy, example. I ask all of you to fully focus on the rose flower, for maybe like few hours. How to practice, how to focus on the flower, just only one single flower. After your mind become quite calm, able to focus on the flower, without losing, I'm saying without losing the focus on the flower, then you need to analyze. Right? Then analyze can be the growth. First you check, where's the flower, visual flower. Then slowly you learn, you go to study emptiness of the flowers. Right? We have to practice both. There's a lot of quotation from you can learn. The next quotation also, the hip of the jewel says, single pointed concentration is achieved by adhering to the moral ethic. Right? Again, you can say the step. Single pointed concentration is achieved by adhering to moral ethic. That means in order to achieve the single pointed concentration, so we have to practice the moral. Right? What does mean moral? Be ethical person. So the basic practice of morality is abandon the 10 non-virtuous action. Ethic, with the achievement of single pointed concentration, you meditate on the wisdom. Ethic, then single pointed meditation, then meditate on the wisdom. Wisdom helps you to attain the pure, pristine awareness. Through the pure, pristine awareness, your moral conduct is, perfected. There's other quotation, so we know, so just skip this one. Now you move to the next paragraph, page number 9. The common requested, right? Requested? Prerequisite for the meditation on the karma body and spiritual insight. Now it's also is very, kind of clear, is very kind of serious. Initially, the yogi should seek the prerequisite that can assist him actualize karma body meditation, especially insight quickly and easily. And also, we believe, also we think, it's so difficult to practice the karma body. Yes, practicing karma body is very difficult. Immediately don't know the step. We don't know the step. Right? For example, as a let's say totally new, like a person who wants to run for 10 kilometers, right? You're totally new. You really have a strong kind of wishing to run 10 kilometers. First day, can you run for 10 kilometers? Cannot. You need certain kind of conditions. You wear, the running shoes. You bring water. The first day, you run only 1 kilometer. Second day, 1.5. Slowly, you need to practice. You need practice. You need to know the steps. Then one day you can run, more than 10 kilometers. Likewise, before we do, practice or karma body practice, we do need to know a few things. Therefore, initially, the yogi should seek prerequisites that can assist him actualize karma body meditation and spiritual insight quickly and easily. So what are the prerequisites? Necessary for the development of the karma body meditation are to live in a conducive environment. That live in a conducive environment. Compared with other countries, Singapore is one of the conducive environment you can practice karma body. Look at the uniqueness of Singapore. You put it separate, like the resident area, then what you call the factory, resident and
Industrial area.
industrial area. Totally separate. This is a resident area, no, lot of noisy. That you go other countries. Somebody is sitting in the second floor. This shop is like a industrial area. So that means you can live in conducive environment. Number one. That means Singapore is one of the best places to do meditation. To limit your desire and practice contentment. To limit your desire and practice contentment. Yes, again, if you have a lot of desire, it becomes obstacle. Practicing karma body, limit your desire. So, it can be different, desire as a monk, as a lay person. As a lay person, what kind of desire you must have. You cannot achieve everything which you have desire, right? That means desire, limit your desires. And also, I said, some of my friends, they really have a strong kind of wishing to achieve big goal, big achievement. There's nothing wrong. You can think I can achieve, a lot of things in my life. You can think. I told last time, you can imagine, you can think, I want to fly from here to Malaysia. You can think, right? You can think. Who can stop you thinking? You can think. Second, what is more important is, can I fly to Malaysia or not? Can you fly? Cannot, because we don't have a wing. We don't have a certain kind of power. Likewise, yes, you can have all kinds of desire. Most of desire we have, we cannot achieve them in this lifetime. Therefore, can limit your desire and practice contentment. Practicing contentment very important, particularly when we are like 60 or 70 or 80 years old. If we don't content what we have, the house, the food, the clothes, the job, the property, if you don't content what you have, then you never can have a happiness. You always need to, run after more and more, more and more, more and more. Then what happened? So we're going to die while we are running after the things, right? Therefore here, clearly said, practice contentment. Contentment doesn't mean, okay, make sure, contentment doesn't mean contentment and not in anything is wrong. Whatever you have, you must be happy. If you have let's say 2 sets of shoes, be happy. You have like 4 or 5 sets of dress, be happy. Don't think I need more and more and more and more. With the contentments, then you can get, you try to achieve more. It's nothing wrong. Within the contentments, you can achieve more and more. Then what's the differences? With the contentment, looking more and more. Without contentment, when you're looking more and more, if you cannot achieve, then what happens? You feel very upset. With the contentment, let's say, I eat one bowl of noodle. I'm not so full, but I'm okay. Still, you're looking at food. If you find food, good. If you cannot find food, you feel very upset. Therefore, with the contentment, practice contentment and not being involved in too many activities. Right? So yes, we have to involve with certain activities, very, very important. Certain things not important, we should not involve them. We should not being involved in too many activities. There can be physical activities, can be mental activities. If you have a lot of mental activities, you cannot focus on the chosen object. If you have a lot of physical activities, also you cannot focus on the chosen object. Then maintaining the pure moral ethics. You must maintain, your pure ethics. And fully eliminating the attachment and all other kinds of conceptual thoughts. Fully eliminating the attachment and other kinds of the conceptual thoughts. If we have this, all this condition mentioned here, then we can achieve Kamabhar in a shamatha and spiritual very quickly, very easily. Easily, right? Then sometimes many people think how I can live as a lay person, of course, with the monks and now, how I can live without attachment? Right? You ask question, you think how I can live without attachment? How we can live? Can we live or cannot? Can we live without attachment? Can. Sure? Think carefully. Yes, without attachment, you can have you can have enjoy life. Really, you can enjoy your life without attachment. For example, let's say somebody over you this day, when you buy things, people give you what voucher?
Vouchers.
Vouchers. Right? You got a voucher to live in Marina, one of the famous hotel. Everything, the bed, the chair, everything so nice, so beautiful, right? When you go there, instead of you are enjoying all the facility, you have attachment. Wow, the pillow is so nice, the chair is so nice, the bed is so good, the view is so nice. Lot of attachment. And you are not really enjoying the facilities. Your mind is totally, clinging on everywhere. And you live there for, let's say, 2 days. Do you really enjoy the living there? No, lot of attachment. So without attachment, you can enjoy all the facilities. Without attachment, you can enjoy the food. Again, when you order, nice, expensive food, again, you are not enjoying the tasty. Again, you are attached with the plates, the spoon, the knife, the table, the handkerchief, lot of attachment. Then what happened? When you leave the hotel, you feel very upset. Because you cannot bring the chair with you, you cannot bring the bed with you, right? Therefore, you can see without attachment how you can enjoy your life. With the attachment, you can enjoy your life, not that much. After you leave the hotel, you feel upset. Then after you reach to your home, you think, oh, my home is nothing, right? You feel, that means you really feel you are generating sense of hatred towards your own house. Am I right? So without attachment, so this question here, fully eliminate attachment and all other kinds of conceptual thoughts. Another problem we have, if we have a strong attachment towards, our belongings, our families and friends, then little bad thing happen towards them. We feel very upset. We feel very angry. Particularly when we lose them, your object or person, when the person has died, the thing which you really like is broken, then you feel very upset. Therefore, what I'm saying here, without attached to the food, your belongings, your property, your families, your friends, you can really enjoy your life. Should not have a attachment. And all other kinds of conceptual thoughts, okay? But conceptual thoughts also has a it's not good to have a lot of conceptual thoughts. For example, simple example. So when you're going to go to your, you're going to see your friends, or you go to somewhere. On the way, you can see all kinds of things. You can see, very expensive sport car running on the road. Then you have a conceptual thought. I wish I can have this car. You conceptual thoughts. Also, the car is nothing to do with you. You have a lot of judgment. Oh, this car is good. This car is not so good. You have lots of conceptual thoughts. So while you're going to your office, in between you can see all kinds of people on the way. You have a lot of judgment, right? Or you have a lot of conceptual thoughts. Oh, this dress nice. This is no good. Or this person is nice. Those person not nice. You have a lot of conceptual thoughts. Then when you reach to your house, your office, whatever, all the reflection in your mind is happening in your mind. Instead of your focus on your job, and all the conceptual thought disturb you. Therefore, we need to control the other kinds of conceptual thoughts. And what does mean conducive environment? Should be known by these 5 characteristics, providing easy access to food and clothes. Singapore is best, right? Providing easy access to food and clothes. Food court is everywhere, easy to access good food, clothes. Being free of evil beings and the enemies. Yes, most of you are totally free from them. Being free from the disease, also containing good friend who maintain the moral ethic, who share the similar view. Those are very important. We call, normally we say, my Dharma friend, right? My Dharma friend, my Dharma brother, my Dharma sister. Mean what you are considering? The people whom you know, consider your friend, you consider my Dharma friend, because you are sharing kind of same practice. Therefore here, good friend who maintain the moral ethic. So they are very important when you befriend with someone. Make sure the person is maintaining moral ethic, who share similar views, right? Similar views. Otherwise, you try to practice, moralities, others not. Also affect your practice. If you have a different views, then also become obstacle when you practice karma. Being visited by few people in the daytime and with the little noise at night time. Therefore, we generally do, it is good to have a lot of friends. But if you have a lot of friends, then you generally become very busy. Right? You become very busy. Also, you have a lot of friends, and also it makes you be kind of a little bit lot of friends, in a way good, in a way not so good. It's up to you what kind of friend we have. So these are the prerequisite, right? Requisite for karma parting. So we can stop here. If you have any question related to this topic or general question, also welcome. Any question? Yes.
If one already have this disturbing emotion, how does the karma abiding comes in will help to suppress it?
Disturbing emotion already. Yeah. She asking if somebody already has a lot of disturbing emotion, how karma body can be practiced? She asking this question, right? There's been the person has a full of kind of disturbing thoughts. First, for example, in order to reduce or control the disturbing thoughts, it's first we need to analyze. There's not just one disturbing thought, can be many types. Therefore, as I explained in the past, when you need to analyze how many disturbing thoughts I have, which disturb you. When you analyze, you're going to know, oh, these thoughts, these negative thoughts really disturb me. For example, anger. Mostly I think anger. You are not really happy with your friends or your family. The anger is so strong. Anger is so strong. The anger disturbs you almost all the time. So first we need to control. Second, when the anger is under control, just slowly you can minimize. How? How first we control the anger? There's a many different ways. If you are able to recognize, if you are able to remember the enemy, my enemy, right, my own enemy, most cases, the person become your enemy because in the past, the person is your friend. Am I right? Stranger person never become your enemy. It makes you a little annoying, but you never think the person my enemy. Most time, the person become your enemy used to be your friend, your best friend. You need to remember, yeah, last few years, he really annoying me, disturb me, makes me some problem. In the past 10, 15 years, he or she is my friend. He or she gave me a lot of support. You need to remember the two action, the negative action and positive action. When you read, be honest. When you remember the positive action, negative action, actually the enemy perform, give you more positive action than the negative. I told you in the past, we human being is very strange. We have very strange, like being, like a dog. Like many people has a pet dog. When you hit the dog, for a short time that the dog runs away. But then later come back and play with you. We human being, if you really hit someone, they run away forever. Because they remember only the negative action. But they totally forgotten all the positive action performed by the person. So you really remember, yes, he harmed me. At the same time, he helped me. If you compare these two, my enemy helped me more than the harm. Then anger going to be a little bit under control. Then next step, go more deeper. Yes, this person become my enemy only for last few years. In the past, maybe 10, 15 years, my friends. Not only that, my previous life, I consider this is my enemy. And in previous life, the enemy, I consider my enemy. The person may be my mother. Right? So you need to remember your enemy used to be your best friend, your dearest parents. Then anger, going to control, you're under control. Then how we can eliminate the anger? Then you have to practice a pure compassion towards the enemy. Remember in the past I said, you're angry with Mr. B, you're practicing compassion with the Mr. A. How you can control your anger to Mr. B? Cannot. Therefore, there are few steps. And also someday you can feel, I cannot focus on practice. I cannot really practice Kamabadi, Bodhicitta, because my attachment is so strong. Yes, again, attachment also you need to divide. What kind of attachment I have? Attachment towards food, drink, person, environment, position, what attachment you have. Yes, you have like 10, 20 different types of attachment, but which is more stronger, we need to analyze. When you realize, yes, I have a many attachment. Yes, everybody has, even including me, I have so many attachment. But you need to realize which attachment is more disturb you. Right? You need to pinpoint, right? Pinpoint one attachment which is very serious, always disturb you. Then again, attachment cause depends on whom you attach. Normally, the serious attachment we have, attachment towards human being, right? Even though yesterday someone came to TBC, I don't know, the person was very unhappy because his girlfriend passed away. Uncle passed away. Compared with this two loss, he doesn't have a serious, sadness passing away uncle. He was very unhappy because the girlfriend passed away. At that time, first we need to understand he or she with me for last 10, 15, 20 years or 7 years, 3 months, 4 months. Just remember the happy kind of moment, happy shape. Second, also we need to remember the sadness moment where he or she has gone. First, you need to think it's not only happened me, right? The death. Losing uncle, losing brother, losing girlfriend, boyfriend. It's not only happened to me, it happened for everybody. Everybody has gone through this experience. Then the sadness go down. At the same time, you need to control attachment. In a way, we are very stupid. Right? We thought we are very intelligent, we are very educated. Let's say somebody lost their girlfriend yesterday, rather man. Yes, it's true. The body is totally, burned. The bones, everything become, like ashes. There's no more on the planets. No more. Still, the mind is strongly attached. Attached what? Attached what? The person died. The body become ashes, right? Ashes become dust. Then which object the person still attached? Right? Then you can see sometimes we are very stupid. Nothing there. All has gone, finished. Still, one is attached. Not only that, due to attachment, a person have a lot of emotional sufferings. Right? Therefore, yes, exactly. Some people come to TBC, suddenly say, "Oh, Krishna, I have a problem." Then I ask, what kinds of problem you have? You need to tell me, more precisely. Then people really cannot, pinpoint. Then how I can advise? Like you, when you say I have a problems, you need to what goes?
Separate.
You need to what?
Narrow down.
Narrow down. You need to, like a separate how many things I have. Then you cannot fight with the all kinds of emotions at the same time. You have to fight one by one, one by one, one by one by one. Okay. So this I want to share you. Any question? No more. Right? I think everybody be excited about New Year. Okay, so it's 11:30. We can stop a class here. So before we, before the New Year, I really wish all of you have a happy New Year's. The New Year can be happy or not happy. It very much depend on you. Very much depend on your mindset. It is true when the New Year, comes, new early morning of the New Year, when you look around, there nothing can be new. Right? Nothing can be new. Even you buy the new phone, new things. When you check the manufacture date, it may be 1 year old, few months old, nothing can be new. Should not be too excited. But surely one thing can be very new. Every moment, if you cultivate positive thought is totally new. Every moment you can have a new thoughts, particularly early morning of the new year. You remember the benefit of bodhicitta. Try to cultivate bodhicitta. You must think since new year until next year, I will every day practice bodhicitta. Bodhicitta can be practiced, great compassion. Great compassion can be practiced, in community so and so. Since new year, we everybody try to practice bodhicitta. We try to be, very practical, pure Buddhist. We should not just follow the very traditions, like celebration of New Year is very traditional. But we should not do Dharma as a very tradition, as our own culture. So last we do dedication. So first we dedicate all the merit to have a happy and healthy life for the New Year's. Happy and healthy life. If we have a healthy and happy life, we are able to practice the Mahayana path, particularly we have to practice bodhicitta. Second, we dedicate all the merit to benefit all sentient beings, particularly your own families and friends. Particularly, your friend having some kind of, like sickness and disease, wish a person free from the sickness and disease. Last, we dedicate the merit for world peace, particularly peace, each of us, every moment. The 7 verses of maintaining, no, 8 verses of maintaining. Dāne sēnjēn dāngzhē lā yī jī nūr bō lē lā, dāngzhō chū bē sāmbā yé dādō jē parān dzēmbā rē shō. Kāngdō sū dāng rō bē zē dāng yīn guñ lā mēn dā, zhēn lā sāmbā dā bā yé chō dō jē parān dzēmbā rē shō. This first stanza is mainly for respect all sentient beings, more important than myself. Next, about analyzing every moment of our mind. So when we do an action. Every moment we need to watch our minds, particularly when we engage into action. Particularly, we need to check, we need to watch our mind. The next one about practice of giving and taking. Particularly the loss I will take, all the gains I will give to others. Dāla jīngi chādō gī dāla jīngi chādō gī dāla jīngi chādō shīgūr lāsō mīrī gyōngā rāngī lēmbā dā yākā zhēnlā bulwā shō. When people criticize, when people blame on me, I always take the loss, offer my gain to them. Next, dāla kāngi dāla bēndā gī rewā chewā kāngshī shīndū mīrī nujēnā shīnyēn dāmbā dāwā shō. This happen commonly for everybody. For example, you always support others. You always, do good things for others. When you need their support, when you need their helping, instead of helping to you, instead of supporting you, they try to harm you, try to look down you. And that time we need to practice great compassion. Dāgī kāng pēndā bērē wā chē wā kāng jī, shīndō mī rē nye chē nā shēnyē dāmbā tā wā rā shō. Yādā kuñ yāng chū yē yē dō bē tī mā mā bā jī, dō nā ngā dāng yū bā yē pēndē mā nāng kuñ lō, mā yē nē dā dō ngā lā sāng wē dā lā lēn bā rā shō. Directly, indirectly, I offer all the good things, my positive actions, my practice. At the same time, I will take suffering from others. Yada kunya chuye ye dobe ti ma ba, chugui yuma shebe lo jime chingwa le dul sho. Whatever practice we do in our daily life, we should not influenced by the worldly concerns. Because many Buddhists, many practitioners, they do mainly receiving praise, receiving name, position, and fame. Whatever practice we do purely, should not think any return from others. Particularly when we see all phenomena are like illusions, then all our practice become very pure. So in the future, when you have a time, as you recite the adverses 120 for every day. For me, when I go for morning, evening walking, I recite the adverses 120. I practice the contents. Okay, thank you so much. Have a happy Saturday. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Geshe. Thank you very much.